Let's talk numbers. Because numbers don't lie, but people using them can. You've seen the scary charts. Muslim populations in the West are growing, but population growth isn't an invasion. It's just math, and context matters. In France, Muslims are about 8.8% of the population. In Germany, 6.1%. In the UK, 6.3%. In the US, it's just over 1%. In Canada, 3.7%. These are significant communities, but nowhere near a majority. The idea of a demographic takeover is a fantasy. Growth comes from migration and natural birth rates, which tend to align with national averages over generations. The explosive growth projections ignore that birth rates drop as families integrate. The invasion narrative is powerful because it's simple and taps into fear, but it's false. These are communities being built, not armies being assembled. Understanding the difference is crucial for honest conversation about our future. It's about demography, not destiny. Let's move past the ghost stories and look at the real numbers. The reality is a gradual demographic evolution, not a sudden conquest. These communities are part of the social fabric, not a threat to it. Let's keep that in mind as we move forward. Now, let's see how history set the stage. To understand why Muslim communities first took root in Europe, let's rewind to the 1950s and 60s. After World War II, Europe was in ruins and desperate for workers. Countries like Germany, France, and Britain launched guest worker programs, actively recruiting labour from Turkey, Morocco, Algeria, and Tunisia. The deal: come work, send money home, then return. But people aren't temporary. They built lives, started families, and put down roots. The original plan ignored the basic human desire for stability and belonging. Temporary workers became permanent residents. Governments focused on labour, not integration, and didn't plan for multicultural societies. They thought they were importing workers, but they were inviting people with families and futures. This is why large, established Muslim communities exist in Europe today. They didn't just show up, they were invited. They came to fill a need and stayed to build a life. That's the real origin story. Another major driver? Colonialism. For centuries, European powers ruled over territories in the Middle East, North Africa, and South Asia. Colonial ties created migration pathways. Language, education, and legal systems made moving to the former colonial power a logical step. Even after independence, these ties persisted, with many recruited for jobs in sectors like Britain's NHS. Migration from former colonies isn't just about opportunity, it's a post-colonial reckoning. The presence of large Pakistani or Algerian communities in Europe is a direct result of this shared, often painful history. It's not an invasion, it's an inheritance. The past still shapes the present. Beyond economics and history, many move simply to survive. Wars in Iraq, Afghanistan, Syria, and persecution in places like Myanmar have forced millions to flee. Refugees aren't economic migrants. They're escaping real threats to their lives. Protected by international law, they seek safety, not luxury. The journey is dangerous, crossing seas, borders, and leaving everything behind. The West represents hope and a chance to rebuild. Refugee crises like in 2015 strain resources and politics, but context matters. These are not invaders, they're survivors. They are the human cost of conflict. Seeing them only as a burden ignores their humanity. Their stories deserve empathy, not suspicion. It's a mistake to treat Muslim migrants as a single group. The Muslim world is incredibly diverse, so are its migrants. Some are refugees, some are labourers, but many are highly skilled professionals. Western countries actively recruit doctors, engineers, and scientists from Muslim-majority countries. International students from places like Saudi Arabia and Indonesia contribute billions to Western economies. Many stay, building careers and lives. Others return home with new skills. The image of a Muslim immigrant should be complex. A refugee, a tech entrepreneur, a student, a doctor. Lumping them together erases their diversity. They are not a monolith. They are a mosaic. Their stories are as varied as any other group. Let's recognize that richness. Remember their humanity. Despite challenges, Muslim integration in the West is a story of resilience and contribution. Integration is a two-way street, and millions have woven themselves into Western societies. Look at politics. Sadiq Khan in London, Ilhan Omar and Rashida Tlaib in the US, Humza Yousaf in Scotland. These leaders show that a Muslim background isn't a barrier to success. Success is also in everyday contributions. Businesses, art, medicine, and more. Muslim entrepreneurs, artists, and healthcare workers enrich society. Yes, there are challenges, discrimination, identity struggles, but they're not insurmountable. Better policies and community engagement can help. The success stories prove integration is not only possible, it's already happening. Diversity is a strength, not a weakness. So, why are so many Muslims moving to the West? It's complicated. It's economic opportunity, education, war, old colonial ties, and the search for a better life. Reducing this to a single narrative ignores the truth. Migration is messy, multifaceted, and deeply human. The real question isn't if we'll live in diverse societies, but how. The answer: smart, humane policies, legal pathways, integration programs, and fighting discrimination. We need responsible conversations from media and politicians. Empathy and shared humanity are key. This isn't just a Muslim issue, it's universal. It's about how we respond to change and what kind of society we want. We can build walls out of fear or bridges out of confidence. Let's choose to get smart.